I would literally be shitting my pants right now. I mean, literally, I would want to shit my pants so it stunk to high heaven so he can't smell any of the marijuana. You shouldn't be going over the speed limit. You shouldn't be driving crazy. You shouldn't have expired tabs. If you're trafficking drugs, you set the cruise at exactly the speed limit, maybe a mile or two over, and you don't smoke weed while you're in the car. You can't give the cop any reason to pull you over.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your board-certified criminal defense lawyer. What that means is I am board-certified by the National Board of Trial Advocacy and the State Bar Association of Minnesota as a criminal trial and a criminal law specialist. And a specialist is somebody who's had a lot of trials. In fact, I'm in trial right now, but it's Saturday, so I'm able to be with our content genius, Michael Rivers. So I have an expertise in this area. I've been doing this for over 25 years. Love what I do, and I love trial work. I'm not some lawyer who just takes somebody and holds their hand as they write a passport to prison. That's not what I do. Today, we are going to react to a traffic stop, or trafficking stop. Anyway, and this is kind of hilarious because, you know, if it weren't for stupid people and stupid decisions, I wouldn't have a job. And we'll tell you about some of the cases I've had in relation to this kind of thing. But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eSign.com. Let's say you're driving down the road with your grandma, and you have no idea that your grandma's got about 1,000 fentanyl pills in the back of your car, and you want to show how your Dodge Charger with a 700 Hemi engine goes 150 miles an hour. Well, you're just cruising down the road, and you happen to pass a trooper. Well, the trooper stops, and because your granny was smoking some weed in the car, now he's got probable cause to actually go into your car and find the 1,000 fentanyl pills that granny was dealing. Damn it, granny. So what do? You both get busted, so now you need to go get a lawyer. So, and you can't get to the office, so you sign to eSign.com. eSign.com, a very effective way to remotely do business. So you're going to sign a retainer on your phone or however you do it. But you download the app, you get 3 free signatures a month. And guess what? That's the last ride you're taking with Granny. eSign.com, a very effective way to distance yourself from Granny and put all the weight on her. eSign.com, an effective way to remotely do business. I haven't seen this, and so our content genius, and we've had a lot of requests for this one, and so let's just dive in. On Monday, July 10th, 2023, that's not that long ago, a New Mexico State police officer was out on routine patrol on I-40. And here's the other thing. These troopers, they sit on drug routes, you know. In Minnesota, it's I-90 between South Dakota and just north of Iowa and Wisconsin. And then there's also the 35 corridor that goes from basically Texas to Minnesota. And then there's a 94 going from Chicago to Fargo, North Dakota. So cops hang out in those areas, and if they see somebody of color, whether you're black or you're Hispanic, and out-of-state plates, almost guaranteed. In Nebraska, that's another area. So on Monday, July 10th, the New Mexico State officer was on patrol on I-40 westbound near mile marker 133 when his radar clocked a silver Subaru going southbound at 92 miles an hour in a 75-mile zone. In other words, that's enough to pull you over. Now, there's no sound right now because the officer's sound doesn't kick in until until he turns on his lights or something like that. So you see the red arrow, that's pointing to the car going the other way. So as he's going this way, he has his radar on, or his laser, one of the two, and he can tell how fast that car is going. So what's he going to do? He's going to turn right the fuck around. So the squad cams, they're always going, but they don't always record. But once they turn their lights on, then it goes back, I think, 30 seconds to a minute, something like that. point of order, this is what I do when I ever see a cop. I never go past the cop. I never go faster than the cop. I just don't. Look at this guy, this silver car. I would not be that guy. So the lights go on. All right. If you're committing a crime, whether you're drinking and driving, or which I don't recommend, or you're trafficking drugs, or or if you have a gun in the car and you know you're not supposed to have a gun because you got a prior felony, guess what you shouldn't be doing? You shouldn't be going over the speed limit. You shouldn't be driving crazy. You shouldn't have expired tabs. If you're trafficking drugs, you set the cruise at exactly the speed limit, maybe a mile or two over, and you don't smoke weed while you're in the car. There's a lot of things that you're not supposed to do as you're, you can't give the cop any reason to pull you over. Now he knows what the fuck is in that car. He's got a shit ton of 160,000 fentanyl pills. He has 160,000 fentanyl pills, marijuana, and a kilogram of heroin. So I think I'd go 92 miles an hour. What? I would literally be shitting my pants right now. I mean, literally, I would want to shit my pants so it stunk to high heaven, and so he can't smell any of the marijuana. Actually, incidentally, I think there's a Minnesota case, I haven't read it yet, but it just came out, where the smell of weed will no longer be a reason to search the car.
Down the back window. Hello. Officer Rodriguez of Mexico State Police. The reason why I stopped you, man, doing 92 and the 75. If I could just see your driver's license.
92? Oh, good. I thought you were going to give me for all the shit I got in the back of the car.
Insurance and registration, please. You can roll up that window, man. I'll take this. Will be fine, man.
No, seriously, I gotta go see my cousin. I got a whole bunch of heroin and fentanyl. I gotta get over to my cousin. The marijuana is mine, but the heroin and fentanyl is his. I gotta get it to him.
Come back to my car. We'll talk back there. Look this over. Try to get you back on the road, man. Thank you. You don't have the registration? It's fine. If not, it's fine. Yeah, if you find it, just hold it out the window, if anything.
So we got an officer who doesn't seem like he's super aggressive, although he's having him get out of the car right away for a speeding ticket. But they're not quite 20 over.
No knives on you, man? Yeah. You do? Okay. Give me that. Anything else? No. Just keep your hands out of your pockets for me, man. It's like a weed thing. Okay, put it in your pocket. Let me just turn around.
So he just had a little weed thing, and so that's suspicious.
Thank you, real quick. Turn around. Okay, cool. It was just that. All right, man. Go ahead and have a seat up front. We'll get out of this heat.
50 cars South Street, observed any crash at the same time I did.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, I've never been in front.
I've never been in front. Been in back plenty, but I've never been to the front of a fucking cop car. Wow, it's really interesting from this point of view.
Sweet, man. So I'm just going to give you a written warning, okay? Right. Slow it down.
Fuck! A written warning! Oh, good! I'm gonna get away! Oh, no, I'm not, because this is a much longer video.
I'm going to see our cousins, bro. I actually just died.
So, Mr. Senna, while I fill this out, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Is the... It's a good address for
That's a
you,
good
though?
address,
Okay. Awesome, man. Where are you guys coming from?
Oh, we're coming from Jaylap?
From Gallup?
Yeah.
So he's telling him he's only going to give him a warning. If he's only going to give him a warning and he has his address, why the fuck is he asking him any other questions? Because he's investigating. He's expanding the nature of the stop.
How do you, like, memorize all the buttons?
It takes a while, man.
Takes a while, huh?
What's a good...
How do you memorize all the buttons? You know, not like all the buttons I have, peyote buttons I have in my fucking car. Jeez.
phone number for you?
That's my cell.
Okay. What were you doing out in Gallup?
We were visiting my cousins. Like, we're having
Oh,
a big
okay.
get together, like, at my grandma's. We were supposed to just leave for the 4th, but now everybody made it.
And who's in the car with you today?
My mom?
Your mom?
My mother,
What's her name?
Dolores.
Dolores? Yeah.
Yeah, I seen you. I was trying to pass, but like I didn't want to, like, you know, because like we have like this thing on the side. See, like how we have like the lights. It
So he should not say a thing. He should just be shutting up right now.
shows when someone's next to us, and like it kept flashing, so I wasn't sure to pass you.
Yeah, I was staying right there so you wouldn't, just so...
Yeah, our plate just came in too.
Did it?
Yeah, we got a call. We got to pick up the plate.
Cool, man. I just got to check out the VIN. There's one on the dash, one on the door.
No, I
I have
understand.
to check out both. What I'll have you do is step out, hang out right here by my front tire, front right tire.
One on the dash, one on the door. Really? You need to check both of those out? Guess what happens when you check out the one on the door? You open the car door. Guess what happens when you open the car door? You get to smell inside. Guess what happens when you smell inside? You get to all of a sudden toss that fucking vehicle. That's what's going to happen here.
Tire. And then I'll check those out, come right back, we'll get this pulled out, okay? Hello. I just got to check the VIN on the car. There's one on the dash and then there's one on the door. While I'm up here, can I talk to you? Yeah. Can you roll that window down? Whew, it's hot. What brings you guys to this part of New Mexico?
Oh, why is he asking her that? Well, because he just asked the other guy, you know, what they're doing. Now, if she gives him a similar story, then, you know, so far this is just a speeding ticket, right? But he's now asking her, what are you doing coming this way?
I'm sorry? Getting away? Nice. Where are you guys headed to now? Rio Rancho. What you guys got going on over there? Nice. Where'd you guys vacation to?
How was your weekend?
It was good. Can't complain. Where'd you guys vacation to?
So, as the officer was checking the VIN number, he not only noticed that both of their stories didn't match up, but he also noticed an odor of marijuana coming from within the vehicle. So I gotta check your VIN. Why are you gonna check the VIN? He got the license plate number. Does it match the VIN? So he checks the VIN on the door, and oh, guess what? Exactly what I just said. I didn't even know. I've never seen this before, but this is textbook.
In Arizona?
In Arizona? Nice.
So if you just say, I'm just not going to answer any questions because I don't like police officers. So.
What part? Phoenix? Nice. Ah, that's a real heat out there, huh?
Let me say it again. It's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
See, they're all calm, and he's just a Mr. Nice guy. He's click, click, click. You know, the gears are clicking in the back of his head, thinking, okay, how do I get into this vehicle? So we got two things. Stories don't match. Well, who gives a flying fuck if their stories match or not? And number two, it smells marijuana.
If you get behind the wheel, just make sure to slow it down. We've been having a lot of crashes. I'm out here just trying to, so people see me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So take care, okay? No, let's come over here. All right. So it's gonna print out right next to your leg, man.
So here's the other thing. There's a case called Rodriguez, RBG. Once they're done with the initial purpose of the stop, like you hand them a ticket, they're done. But I don't think that's going to happen here. No such luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we had got the car, they didn't even give us the registration. They said it would come in with the plate, I think.
Huh.
I don't really know. It was my mom.
How long were you guys in Gallup?
Oh, we were not gone for 2 days.
Just 2 days?
Yeah, because our cousins are out there too, you know. And
Intersection is cleared. 55.
Did you guys go anywhere else?
No.
We've relocated.
I don't know when to pull it.
It'll completely stop and then I'll pull it, man.
I know about printers in here.
It's a good setup, man.
Good one.
So right here, let me see if I can find
Like the sign.
Yeah. There it is. Right here, man.
And just so what we're talking about is a warrantless search of the vehicle. And warrantless searches are per se unreasonable unless they fit with one of the exceptions. And it all kind of boils down to your reasonable expectation of privacy. So you have a vehicle, you have some expectation of privacy, but not as much as you do in a home. So the automobile exception is, he doesn't need much. If he smells marijuana, that's probably enough.
Speeding?
Yeah.
Written warning? Just need your signature in that box.
All right, cool.
Okay, let me get that scanned in, man. Let me just scan it in real quick. Do you have
Oh, by the way, you got anything in the car that, 160,000 tablets of fentanyl, maybe?
all the rest of your paperwork? I think it was just the insurance and your...
ID.
Just make sure you have it.
Go.
Alright, man. There you go.
Now, the guy sitting in the front seat, the passenger, the future defendant, he is probably thinking, oh, sweet, okay, I'm just getting a warning. He's probably feeling relaxed.
I'm sorry?
Do you scan this too? No.
No, you're good, man. So before you take off, okay, I gotta address something real quick.
Yeah.
So, in the car, I'm getting an odor of marijuana, okay? Have you guys been smoking in the car?
No way you could smell.
Okay. So, have you guys had any marijuana in the car? Anyone smoking around it? Okay. Where did you guys stay while you guys were in Gallup?
We stayed at a hotel and my cousin, there's like these trailers. I don't really know their address, but like, so there's the middle exit.
Okay.
We stayed at the Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn?
Holiday Inn, yeah.
Okay. And was your mom with you the entire time?
She's been with me.
She's been with you this entire time? Okay.
That's not what she says.
And you haven't smoked any marijuana? Because you just showed me the THC.
No, yeah.
He's got a cartridge.
Like,
Cartridge.
I was gonna buy a thing, but like, look. Do you see like the thing right there? I don't have a battery to smoke.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it smells like that.
My mom does have a marijuana card.
She has a marijuana card?
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's no way we would have smoked because...
Did you guys smoke and then get in the car kind of thing?
No, we haven't smoked at all.
Okay.
And actually, she's not even feeling good.
She's not
Well, then you must have a whole shit ton of marijuana in the back of the car.
feeling good? Okay. So look, man, I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security,
Yeah.
okay? So that odor of marijuana gives me probable cause to search a vehicle.
And she has a medical marijuana card. So technically...
Do you have a medical marijuana
No,
card?
I don't smoke. Like, I haven't smoked. I smoke, but like, I haven't been able to.
So just based off that smell, I'm going to be searching the car, okay?
Alright.
Is there anything illegal in the car?
No, like, what's it called? Like, she has a medical marijuana card, so like, technically, I'll commit search, right?
I'm sorry?
She has a medical marijuana card, so like...
So, yeah, that's fine. She has a medical marijuana card, but the car still smells like it, and you're in possession of the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but like...
So, like I said, I'm going to search the...
And that's being challenged more and more and more as time goes on because most states now have legalized some form of marijuana, whether it's for medical purposes or just, medicinal use.
car. Is there anything illegal in the car?
No.
Is there any large amounts of U.S. currency? Over like $10,000?
No.
Is there any firearms in the car? No. Is there any methamphetamine in the car? Is there any heroin in the car?
Heroin? No. No, why?
Is there any cocaine in the car?
Yeah.
Cocaine? No, definitely no cocaine.
Is there any fentanyl?
Fentanyl? What kind of fentanyl?
Nothing like that? No other illegal drugs like ecstasy and stuff like that? Pills? No? Okay. Cool, man. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go probably up to the I-40 sign, the exit 140, the one that says Casino Hotel, and I'll talk to your mom.
does have a medical marijuana.
Okay, I'll talk to her. Hello, ma'am. So,
My mom still does have a medical marijuana card. So, don't look in there. Don't, fuck.
Mr. Rodriguez of New Mexico State Police, like I was explaining to him, I'm smelling odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle, okay? He's saying that you have a medical marijuana card?
I used to have one, but here in New Mexico, it's
So, yes. You haven't had one? Okay. So, although in the state of New Mexico it's legal, federally, marijuana is still a controlled substance. So, like I was telling him, I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security, okay?
And the feds don't give a shit about that stuff. They can pull you over for almost anything.
So, the odor of the marijuana gives me probable cause to search the vehicle.
I smoke from the stock. I don't think
Okay.
it's taken my head. It's so bad.
No, I get it. Do you have the keys to the car? Where are the keys at? Okay. Does he have the keys on him? Should? Okay. Give me 1 second. Actually, can I have you step out for me, ma'am? And then you don't have any weapons on you or anything like that? Okay, so I'm gonna have you also go here to the side. Not as far as him, but you could probably hang out right here where it kind of opens up with...
Yeah, don't start running because you're just gonna die in the desert.
the weeds.
I can't sit in the car. It's the heat. I'm sorry, the heat.
If you want, I can let you sit in the back of my car, and I'll leave the door open, so you could step out at any time. You get in and get out.
I'll just step in.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
We are fucked. We are just fucked. I honestly I would not like to be a cop looking through people's shit and then putting in prison. I just could never do that. I like the feeling of freedom.
Yeah. I'm searching the vehicle. I don't need permission. Like I was explaining to you, I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
Uh-oh. Nothing in there. So I have a big case right now where my client drives down a interstate kind of like this, and he is going to pick up a load, right? And they have him, they've been surveilling him and put a tracker on his car, and they follow him, and they know where he's going. And they do it on computer. They can see where he's going on the computer. Well, he gets down on this road, and then they stop at a truck stop, pick up something, and then they take off back. Now, nobody saw anything, but then the cop pulls him over for some minor traffic violation. Busts him with a shit ton of dope. That's how they typically are. So it's quite possible that this officer may have had some intel, what kind of car to look for.
K96, I come.
And here comes the dog. When they have a dog, they don't need probable cause to have a dog sniff the car.
10-4, can you get me another unit? I'm going to be searching this vehicle off a PC search.
Temporary break. Mic break. Hi, 48. Actioning 66. Another unit for a vehicle search. He's I-40 eastbound at the 139.
Yeah, so if you notice, there was a lock on that bag, and he just pokes the zipper and opens it that way.
Stay back over there, buddy. Stay back over there. Stay back over there. I'm sorry? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security. That's a federal agency. I have probable cause to search a car.
What's the problem?
Yes, I do.
So once they're getting into the backpacks, it's getting a little testy.
K9 6 come. Do you have a Laguna unit close?
Can I get my phone?
No. If you come any closer, you're going to be putting handcuffs. Do you understand? Go back to that sign, and I need you to go to the fence, okay?
I know I do.
Yeah, they need a warrant. Call a lawyer. They need a warrant.
Go to the 140 sign.
You need a warrant.
Okay.
I don't have my phone. You need a warrant.
Can I talk to you?
No, not right now. Go to the 140 sign. Okay. Go to the 140 sign. Talk to me.
I don't understand what.
So like I said, I showed you my credentials and everything.
But
I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security. Okay, I'm not messing around with you.
I know you're not, but I don't understand what.
So based on the odor, okay,
There was
so
no odor.
listen. Okay, so listen to me. In the federal
But
in the
you're
federal
gonna find our
laws,
drugs.
Marijuana is still illegal. Okay? Do you understand that?
So that is true. Even though a lot of states have legalized it, federally it's illegal. Now, the feds really don't like dope cases. In fact, I don't think they're prosecuting a whole lot of dope cases these days. But let's say let's say you go to federal prison and you're out on supervised release and you have a medical marijuana card, you smoke marijuana, it's illegal federally. So you're going to get a violation of your supervised release conditions.
Right, but
So in New Mexico, it's still illegal. It's legal, not illegal in New Mexico.
I don't understand what.
But I'm a task force officer with a federal agency, which is HSI. So I have the Title 19 authority to search the car.
But you need to have. Like, I don't understand.
The probable cause is the odor of the marijuana. K9 6.
But you're going to find our drugs. It's just setting in now that she knows she's going to get busted here and going to wind up in handcuffs.
10-4, I have both passengers being a little uncooperative. They're kind of settled down now.
And like,
I get it. So like I said, I'm not just, so right now, I do work for state police, okay? But I'm commissioned through Homeland Security.
And it really doesn't matter, honestly. You can stop somebody under the color of federal law, whether you're a local or, a federal officer.
Okay? So that gives me the authority to search the car based on that odor. Okay?
but there was no odor in the car. I didn't smoke it in the car.
Okay, but still, there's an odor if it's coming from in the car. Doesn't matter if you guys, because he even showed me the THC cartridge that he has. Okay, so that's just building up my reasonable suspicion and then into that probable cause.
So to stop somebody, first of all, you have to have reasonable and articulable suspicion that a crime was committed and they committed it. And the reasonable articulable suspicion for the stop was speeding. So that's fine. Then to go further, you have to expand the stop, you have to have probable cause that another crime, was committed. And in this case, it's the federal crime of, either possession or use of marijuana.
Okay? So, be upfront with me. Is there anything illegal in the car?
Not that I know of. No, there's
Why is he saying that? Because now they look really fucking bad. They look really suspicious.
shouldn't be. I went to Arizona and I had him come pick me up because I went down there with a boyfriend.
You went with him?
I went with a boyfriend who I'm covered in bruises right now.
Okay.
And I just wanted to go home.
Okay, now we got the sympathy. Oh, I'm a victim of domestic abuse. So please don't take my fentanyl and heroin and marijuana.
I had him come pick me up. we had a family member die, and it's just.
Oh, and my grandma died, and my pet parakeet went tits up, and yeah, the whole sympathy thing doesn't work.
Who died?
His aunt,
What's her name?
Lori.
Okay.
And I just
So
want to go home.
if you guys just let me, I search the car. If nothing's in there, you guys are good to go.
But if there's something in there, you're fucked as fucked.
But you guys start doing this stuff. You guys are delaying me.
Like, I don't know what. I don't understand what the deal with the problem is.
Okay. So I got someone else coming by. Okay. So you guys need to just behave.
Keep in mind, if they'd been going the speed limit, they wouldn't be in this mess right now. Or, had they not had all those fucking drugs, they wouldn't be in this mess.
Okay. If not, you guys are gonna be put into custody. You guys don't need that, right? Okay.
Run!
Is he
Run!
with you the entire time, your son?
No, I went down there first.
Then he picked you up? Where were you staying?
His boyfriend,
What's his name?
Ben.
Ben what?
My son never met him or anything. Ben Lujan.
Ben what?
Ben Lujan.
Lujan? Okay. How long have you known him?
Bend over.
Not very long. Where were you staying with him?
At his house.
At his house? What's the address?
I don't know the address.
So, at this point, she just should have just shut up. But she still thinks she can kind of talk her way out of it. But she can't. And the more she talks, like, okay, what's his address? Well, I don't know. Either her story falls apart because it's not true.
He just picked me up like maybe a week ago. Met him online.
Met him online?
But I'm not trying to tell my son that, because I don't want him to freak out. But
No, I get it.
Online and
So where do you live?
I live in Cerritos.
Huh?
In Cerritos?
On Cerritos Road?
In Cerritos.
In Cerritos? Okay. So what are all the bags for? Those are all yours?
It's whatever you brought. I brought one bag.
Which one's your bag?
The one without drugs.
Which one's his bag? The one with the lock, I'm guessing?
I'm not sure. He came with a few friends and I don't know, they stayed. I wanted to come home because I'm sick. I don't feel good.
Yeah. So whose car is this?
It's my car.
When did you buy it?
Here's the other thing. When you're transporting controlled substances in a vehicle and you get busted, you can kiss your vehicle goodbye.
It's both of our car. He helps pay for it. And,
Who?
my son.
Your son? Okay.
So it's both of our cars.
I get it. You guys share it. But who actually went and bought it and did the paperwork on it?
It's under my name.
Under your name? You did it then? Okay. Because that tag that they gave you is not supposed to be on the car.
What tag?
The tag that you have.
Really? The license plate just came in. I got the call. The license plate just came into the dealership.
Yeah. So that plate is not supposed to be on that car.
That's weird. 'Cause that's what they gave us.
Yeah. So that's a dealer tag. Dealers aren't supposed to give that to their customers that buy
This
it.
dealership, they're asked from their hand, to be honest with you, when we bought it.
Yeah. Did you guys stop anywhere else along the way? No hotels, nothing like that?
Where we stayed last night in Gallup.
Stayed in Gallup.
And mind you, it's hotter than shit out there. And now they're, this time waiting for this other officer to get there, it's just dragging on and on and on.
Look, if there's anything in the car, I can help you guys out.
Biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. Like, what do you mean?
Look, if you tell me what's in the car and you agree to work for me, snitching on whoever you know, I'll put in a good word with the prosecutor for you.
If there's anything there in there that's not supposed to be in there, you know what I mean?
Scanner 6, what is it now? It looks like 622 from D6 is also around me. That's a 136 mile marker.
10-4. Thank you. So how long were you guys in Arizona? You and your son, at least.
You went down there day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday?
So here's Buddy shows up.
Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Can you hang out with Mom? So, locked backpack in the back. It's probably drugs. As soon as I go into it, they start acting up. So, hang out with Mom and go talk to him.
A lot of times they do bring a drug dog.
I'll talk to you. Hold on. Stay over there. Let's start all over, okay? Mr. Senna. Okay, Mr. Senna. So like I was telling you earlier, okay? I'm a task force officer with Homeland Security.
Weed. There is no weed that
Okay.
you could smell.
Okay.
Well, it's probably there's no weed. It's not like there is some weed, but there's a shit ton of fentanyl. And that fentanyl is just fucking deadly. If you are thinking about taking fentanyl, don't. Because there's so many people that are dying from it. We don't know what's all in it, you know, because who knows where you're getting it from. I've had clients that, you know, had pill presses and were doing their own shit, and they didn't give a shit what they put in it. And if you're thinking about doing oxys or the blue 30s are mostly fentanyl. There's almost, because fentanyl's so cheap to get. So if you think you're doing oxys, you're probably doing fentanyl. And guess what? You can die really quickly. And you just stop breathing. You know, it's just what you do. And that's a matter of micrograms, not milligrams.
I'm telling you.
You're saying that.
Okay, I'm not just saying that. I'm saying that because I smelt it as soon as that window opened up. That's why you guys...
Well, if you smelt it, you dealt it.
Okay, so Mr. Senna, like I was telling your mom, I work with Homeland Security. We can help you if you're willing to do that.
If you're willing to snitch, that's what he's basically saying.
So if I just give you the weed, will it be all right?
Okay, so if you have something in there that needs to be delivered to somebody, we can help you get that delivered to them.
What do you mean?
To help you out.
Like, what do you
Because
explain
the way it is right now, whatever you have in there, you're not looking at state charges, man. You're looking at federal charges. So, like I said, I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm not messing with you. I showed you my...
Now, the feds have a specific thing called a 5K reduction for rendering a substantial assistance to the government. In other words, snitching. And state systems generally don't have that same kind of thing. So if you get a state prosecutor that says you cooperate, we'll help you out. Generally, they don't value cooperation like the feds do. Every single one of the feds' cases that are drug cases for sure are all snitch-based.
My credentials. Homeland Security.
What do you mean you'll help me deliver it to them?
That means we'll do a controlled delivery. We'll deliver it to them. Okay, we'll give them fake stuff and we'll take those guys down. We don't want you, man. We want the bigger guys on the chain. That's what we want. I get it, man. I'm not judging you. I'm not doing anything to you, okay, man? I get it. You're probably in a rough spot. You got to do something. So let's get it to where it needs to go. That's something.
This is how federal drug cases start, honestly. And I don't know if they knew this load was coming, because sometimes they do, and you wouldn't know that. And they try not to tell even the defense lawyers that. But sometimes they have intelligence that the load is on its way.
We need to talk to HSI about. But what's in the car, man?
It's weed.
Weed and what?
Like, bro, you need a warrant for the bags.
I don't, man. I
You
don't.
do. I have a lawyer. I know
don't.
my rights. I know
don't.
my rights.
I have a lawyer. Why do you have a lawyer?
I really don't, man. And I'm not messing with you.
No, I know.
Any federal authority, any federal agency, they smell weed and it's
Can we
boom,
talk
they
to my mom
search.
together?
No, we're not doing that. Okay.
Actually, any federal agency is going to make up whatever the fuck they need to make up to search no matter what. You're not safe from that.
Is there anything else?
No, you cannot search the vehicle.
Okay.
Because the bags are locked. I know my rights.
That's not how it works,
I
man.
know the rights, bro.
That's not how it works.
I know
If I
rights.
smell it, that's
They don't need a warrant. If they smell a little bit of marijuana, they can fucking search the car.
probable cause to search the car as
But if
is.
she has a medical marijuana card, you cannot search it even if you smell
Okay.
it.
So look, man.
Not
I'm gonna
true.
Search it. You try interrupting, you're gonna go in cuffs.
I'm just telling you, people don't like to snitch, you know, and especially if it has anything to do with the cartel or anything like that. It is dangerous.
Can we talk about the controlled buy? I've never done it before.
So look, let me go take a look at the car, then we'll go from there.
Oh, can we all talk something all together? Can we talk something all together, please?
Hold on.
Please, bro.
There's more in there. I know there's more than just weed.
Bro, no.
Okay.
You need to want it for the bad.
So look, you're making me uncomfortable, dude.
No, I'm uncomfortable myself.
Okay. So
Put him in
I
cuffs.
could get an agent on the phone if you want to talk to them. But what's in the car, dude? Just be honest. I'm going to search it. Whether you try and mess with me after the fact and you go in handcuffs and it doesn't work out for you and you end up just getting the federal charges and not helping out, it's up to you.
Mom, what should I do?
Mom, what should I do? Mommy, they're gonna find our drugs. I mean, he's trafficking drugs with his fucking mother. You know, it's one thing to have Granny have 1,000 fentanyl pills, but your mother? Come on.
Second, turn around.
All right, fine. I'll do the controlled buy.
Turn around. I'm just gonna get the THC thing out of your pocket.
Fine, I'll do the control buy.
Okay. Let's come over here. You want to really talk to your mom about it?
Why is there something in the car?
No, like they're saying that they're gonna search the
So what are you like?
So, your mom, right? I'm trying to explore options with him because
That is just stupid. Mother and son, you know, me taking my daughter out and distributing a whole bunch of fucking drugs with my daughter. I mean, why would you put each other at risk like that? You're supposed to protect your children.
sure, I'm in a state police uniform, right? But I work for Homeland Security. I don't want him. I want the bigger guy on the chain.
Right, and who's to say they're not driving by right now and seeing us talking to you?
True. You guys are delaying this process by talking and asking questions, and I get it. You guys want to be informed on it. But if there's something in there, we replace it, we go down, we take down that guy. Okay? And I don't know, but usually when people cooperate, it lessens stuff for them. You know?
And typically, when they cooperate in the federal system, I've seen it anywhere between a third and half off of what the guidelines are. Now, and I've also seen people get screwed on cooperation. So think about it this way. The federal system is built on cooperators, and the judges, you know, for them not to reward cooperation puts a chilling effect on this right here. But so does the lethality of snitching.
But don't you think that some of the stuff would be under seal if they're like coming forward and saying they'll snitch?
Yeah, but I don't know why this is public.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's a good point. So here's the thing. So if somebody's snitching when they're in court, they seal the courtroom. They seal the record, so you can't tell that they're, or at least that part of the record where they agreed to snitch, right? How this is out there, if they're agreeing to control buy, this really puts them in jeopardy, because the people who are dealing in that quantity of drugs are not people you want to fuck around with, generally speaking.
I mean, so I'm just throwing it up in the air.
I don't know how this is available.
You're gonna get people killed.
She just said you're going to get people killed. And, you know, in the cartel, I had a case not that long ago where they want my client to sell guns, or to go purchase a bunch of guns. My client didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it, and he told them he didn't want to do it. And then they show up at his mother's house in Mexico, 3 trucks filled with guys with guns. And she calls them while they're outside the house. They made her call her son. And they said, hey, you know, they want their stuff. So he had to capitulate. So this is real shit.
And that's why it's up to you. It's not up to me. I'm not forcing you by any means, okay? I'm leaving it up to you guys. But time is of the essence to get that done.
Mom, what do I do?
would be the plan if there was?
We let me go into the car. What else is in there, dude? Just be honest.
So at this point, he's got two options. He can maintain the stance that he doesn't want to search the car, and then he has some ostensible argument about the expansion of the stop and that kind of thing. Or he can acquiesce. And if he acquiesces and gives them permission to search, he can no longer raise that later, even if he decides to challenge it.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
You want to do it controlled? Okay, have a seat, and I need you to go down 20 feet, have a seat.
How the fuck is this out here? This should not be out here, honestly. So the quantity of heroin is a kilo. It's not, I mean, it's a lot, but it's not like, 17 pounds, which I've seen. Or I had a case where my client had, I think, 30 pounds of meth, and it was in a air compressor, and the cops found it. It was ridiculous. But in this case, you got a lot of dope, and I don't exactly know what the street value is, but it's pretty high for the stuff that they have. And for this to be out there, it's exposing their faces. You see their car, you know who they are. You know where they are.
No, not right now, okay? I need you especially a little bit further, okay?
So they just gave him permission to search the car, which means they can't later raise a Fourth Amendment challenge. During the search, the officer found this bag, which contained 2 Glock handguns, a clear extended magazine, along with four blue pills. So you take the gun or the drugs and the guns along with that. That's called a 924C. That's an added 5-year mandatory minimum sentence consecutive to the drug charges. Means after, on top of.
K96, I come.
K96,
10-4. 23.
And here, the other thing is, officers they've got a lot of experience and a lot of, familiarity with vehicles and hiding spots. And, I've had people hide things in the motor. I've had people hide things in the door. And there just isn't a place that they don't know to look.
Where's it going, man?
K91,
Where's it going?
K91, foot. show me 98 from
Dude, I get it. We'll talk to
from
your
my
mom. We'll talk to your mom.
and attach me to K9 649. I'll be around there.
You guys can hang out.
And I'm 548 over.
Is there someone to come over here to talk to this, or?
So my supervisor's coming, and right now he's getting on the phone with Homeland Security, okay? So, like I was telling you, Mr. Senna, I get it, man. I'm not judging you, okay? We want to make sure that we get the bigger guy on the chain.
Sometimes they'll let you walk scot-free. Not very often, but especially not with that kind of dope.
Okay? You helping, I'm not saying it erases everything, okay? I'm being very clear on that. But it's going to be beneficial to you in the long run. Because right now, with that amount, it's not good for you guys solely, okay?
Better get a good hold on that mama, because that's the last you're going to hold her for a long time.
Your supervisor's on his way over here.
He's on his way. He's coming from Albuquerque, so I'd say 20 minutes. Yeah, he's going to be coming in a Tahoe. I can't say anything on that. Okay. We gotta talk to those HSI agents. Okay.
So if you're dealing with 160,000 pills, and if you break that down, depending upon the weight of each pill, and whether it's a mixture or purity, that matters too. But let's just say it's 160,000, and each pill is, like 0.12 grams or thereabouts. You're looking at about 24,000 grams or 2.5 kilos of fentanyl. 2.5 kilos. So that means you're at a level 32. That means without any cooperation or anything, you're looking at a 10-year mandatory minimum, 121 to 150 some odd months. That's what you're looking at. So 10 to 12 and a half years. So you're looking at 10 to 12 and a half years just on the drugs. And then you add the firearms on top of that. That's a 5-year mandatory minimum consecutive. So you add that on top of that. So you had 60. So now you're looking at 180 to 210. I mean, you're looking at a lot of time for these drugs. So when you think you're going to be a cool dude and you're going to make some change, and you're going to get fucked. I mean, the risk reward is just not there.
They're going to be the ones that are going to be able to tell you exact. I'm just trying to help you get this to the other guy that's higher than you to get them. So,
Bro, they're gonna snitch on him.
I get it, man. I get it. That's why I'm leaving it completely up to you.
So we could just talk to the Homeland Security.
You guys can talk to Homeland Security. They're going to be able to give you a lot more information, okay? But this is not any way like on the state side, okay, man? So, like, you're right. State side, I do need a warrant. I need consent, okay? Federal side, because I'm with Homeland Security, that odor, and based on everything that I've seen during the stop, I knew something was going on, okay? So that's why where we're at. Doesn't matter if you have locks on the bags, whatever's in that car is being searched.
He just knows he's fucked.
Not right now. Let me make a phone call on that. Okay. I tried not to.
What if they have someone that's listening in the car?
During the phone call, Michael said to the officer that he believed the vehicle had a tracker and that someone might be watching them. I mean, that's when you put a load in there, You want to make sure your load gets to where it's supposed to be. And if all of a sudden you see that, if you're tracking it on your computer, which they can do, and I'm talking about the people who are expecting the dope, and all of a sudden they see it sitting on the side of the road, you think they're going to accept that load now? Probably not. And if they don't accept the load and they can't tell them and make that successful buy, they're screwed.
Say anything, I'm driving this straight over there and get pulled to a parking space. Okay, so right now I'm putting you in handcuffs, man, just because you're getting in the back of my car. Everyone gets in handcuffs. She's gonna come too.
No, but I can shoot the next to me. Please.
He really is a mama's boy, isn't he? He wants to be right next to his mommy.
I could fit one of them in my unit. You gotta understand.
Okay, do you mind?
This is my mom.
So it's against policy. Once we get over there, we'll let you guys sit together. Okay? Sound good?
You can take one, I'll take the other.
Yeah. So you're gonna come in my car. I'm just putting you in handcuffs just because you're coming in my car. Okay? I don't like your brain, man. You've been cool with me. I'm just gonna put him like. What was that? No, man.
When you drive it, you're not the.
Yeah. Oh, you do it.
Oh, I get it, man. This is just the paperwork. Gonna have a seat, and then, ma'am, you're probably gonna have to ride with one of them. Do you guys mind taking? What would be easier? Cause I want my unit over there, but I want to drive that. You'd be okay with driving this?
Yeah.
And then.
I gotta get back over here because mine's just gonna be sitting.
Do you guys mind waiting with the units until we could get a back and forth?
I have a question too.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna post? Like, when you guys post to the bus, if you post, they're gonna know.
No, dude, we don't.
They're gonna
We don't
post
do that.
Or can you?
Watch your leg.
Yeah, I said if your guys are going to post, these guys are going to know. They're deathly afraid of being discovered that they got busted. I know it. And that's what I don't get it. We don't post. How do they get this video? This video should not have been released.
Alright, I'll drive your unit and she can go with her.
Okay.
And then you drive the car. Wait,
Yeah.
hey, do you mind if I...
Just like that one video that we showed you with the kids, hitting people on purpose and then all of a sudden killing somebody and their life is altered forever. The decision to traffic these drugs is changing their lives forever. Unbelievable.
This 48 bag has guns in it. Did not mean to break that. I didn't know that was in there. Okay. See you guys there.
During the search, the officers located a red duffel bag that contained 24 individual bags of pills labeled 5,000. Jeez, that's a lot of dope. Let's see, which determined to be fentanyl. Also found a jar of marijuana, and who cares, and a cylinder-shaped package which was later determined to be a kilogram of heroin. In total, 160,000 fentanyl pills, a kilogram of heroin, and 2 Glocks, and a jar of marijuana. Michael and his mother were transported to Albuquerque Homeland Security Immigration Office for processing. I was unable to locate exactly what federal charges were filed against them. Michael later told officers he went to Glendale, Arizona to pick up the narcotics and deliver them to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Michael added, not this Michael, just so you know, it's not our content genius. Michael added that this was his third trip and he was being paid $20,000 to deliver the narcotics. $20,000. $20,000. I mean, it might seem like a lot of money, and to some people it is a lot of money, but when you balance that on your life, it certainly isn't a lot of money. So once you get involved with these guys, you know, they want to know where your family lives. They want to know everything about you. You know, it'll seem like they're treating you well, but they're doing a lot of nasty shit right now. You balance that with, you know, the risk of prison, risk of cartel. It just isn't worth it. And so if you are somehow mixed up in that stuff, find somebody and get out of it as quickly as you can. And if you're just thinking about dabbling in this shit, don't fucking do it. It's not worth it. It just is not worth it. So we'll see you next time here on Criminally Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers with our content genius, Michael Rivers. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, sign up for Patreon, and make sure you visit esign.com.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, police is at my god.